Okay, I'm running the query page now. Okay, and let's say we want to do some. Let's go to the drill down of the employee. Here in the drill down I can see the employee number, first name, last name, email address, etc, etc. Okay, but I want to add some new field. Let us see which field can be added. We want to add a field in such a way that it is not already in this view object. Okay, so what is there not in the view object? Is there a column which is missing in this view object? That is there. Manager ID is there. Yeah, date of birth is not there. That's right. Title is not there. Title is not there. Mr., Mrs., etc. Let's add a title. Okay, we'll add a title. So again, the way to get started is to know the name of the object, and about this page is the best way of finding out. Details VO1 is my name of the view object. The view object is detail VO1, and what I want to do is I want to extend this view object. Alright, I want to add a title column to that. So first thing is to make sure that the view object is available here in the JDeveloper. Okay, any object which you want to extend should be available here. So again, details VO. Let's go to details VO. Sorry, you asking me a question?
No.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks. So the detail VO location is this. So we will create something like xxfao dot this xxfao. Okay, fine. The steps are going to be create new view object which extends standard view object. After creating the new view object, we do substitution, perform substitution, then create a personalized item, create a new item using personalization which will display the title column. Okay, clear these steps? So an extension is usually a combination of your extension plus personalization. Okay, so let's create the new object, new view object first. How will I create a new view object? I will simply go in here and I'll say I want to create a new view object. So I go to new, I say select ADF business components, and I want to create a new view object. Okay, so I'm creating a new view object. I'm saying okay, this is the new view object. The package is going to be my custom package. I have to copy this here. Can I use gedit?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I'll use that for the next one. Thanks. I'll use that. This one I'll just use this because there's only one line here. Copy this. This is the package. What is the name of the view object? This is the name of the new view object. It might be faster for me to type it, I think. Extends. I click on browse. What do I select now? Which is this one. Always make sure, 100% always make sure that your row implementation is selected. We will do that later on. So this is a SQL statement. You will notice that the standard view object was created using expert mode. Therefore, this is already checked. The expert mode is already checked. Okay. The binding style should be Oracle named or Oracle positional depending upon what the standard definition of the standard view object was. Okay. Make sure this is always the case. Otherwise, you will get issues during extending the view object. This property was not there in JDeveloper 9i for 11i extension. This is in release 12 only. Make sure this is binding style is always there. I want to add a title. The best option is just to go in here and say FWK TBX employees year. Title as XX_title. It's always a good practice to make sure that you are putting all custom components as XX. I can test it. I can see if my SQL statement is valid or not, and it is valid. Okay. Now that my SQL statement is valid, binding style, it's best to look at this. Usually most of the standard product view objects are based on binding style of Oracle positional.
But by default we should follow the Oracle name.
Yes, binding style. Let's see. Oracle positional is colon 1, 2, 3, and Oracle named is where you specify in the parameter name itself, in the where clause when you build it, you specify the name of the parameter. Okay, but you will see that all the Oracle code is always using positional. I'll double check that here as well. Now one thing is to make sure that you always check the generate Java for row implementation. Always do that, otherwise the extension may not work.
Always when we are extending the object.
100%, yes. Okay, I also want to check the details view. Now make sure that the SQL statement has Oracle named, so this is fine. Okay, because I have also created Oracle name. One more thing I have to make sure is, which I always make sure is, I go back to the extended object, I go to the Java file, I go to the row implementation. You will see that all these methods, get employee ID, they are all, you have to make sure they are all returning super values. Okay, even if I remove these methods from here, your extension will work perfectly fine, because then it will use the parent one anyway. Okay, so I can make my code very smaller as well. I can say that I want to get rid of set employee name, I want to get rid of get employee name as well, doesn't matter. can get rid of those things. Yeah, the main thing is your title thing, right? The title was not there in your standard controller, sorry, standard view object, so you have to make sure the title is now there. Let us double check. Attribute mappings. Sorry. You will notice that the is not there, right? It's not there. For some bizarre reasons, even though this is here, the title is not there. So there are some bugs as well, but there are ways to work around them. Okay, now the way to work around that is I will create a title manually myself. I'll click on new in the attribute list. I'll say xx underscore title. I can give xx title as well, doesn't matter, whatever you want to give. Map to column or sequel is true, and xx underscore title, and updatable is always. Okay, I've created a new attribute just now, and the moment I create a new attribute, it makes it transient. Yeah, can you see that? It has made it transient. There's another problem with JDeveloper. You have to work through these things. So I go back to attribute mapping and I say that okay, this is transient.
What does it mean, transient?
Means that it's not being derived from the database. Yeah. So the thing is, even though I have said mapped, I have to do the perhaps xx underscore title. So now it's saying that it's coming from SQL statement. Okay, and my attribute elsewhere is no longer transient. Okay, let's see, we can find out, right? What I can also do is I can test run as well the application module, but this is an extended view object, so I won't be able to do that. So now I have got this, and next thing I need to do is to do the substitution. So I go to class projects, project properties, business components, substitutions, and here I'm saying I want to replace the standard view object. Okay, I want to replace the standard view object by the custom view object. Okay, I select on the left hand side the standard view object, right hand side I select the custom view object. Okay, I click on add, my substitution is complete. There is another property you have to set. There is another property you have to set. You go to run debug, edit, and you will select -djbo dot project equal to class project. Okay, class project is the name of the project. You have to specify the project name. The reason I will explain you in a minute. Okay, so I've done that. I've done the substitution. Now it's best to terminate the Apache or the OC4J server, and now I can run the page. Any questions so far? Okay, good. Run the page. So what have I done? I've done the substitution. I've created the custom view object. I've done the substitution. I've also set a property called djbo.project equal to the project name. That is so that the substitution takes effect in JDeveloper. In reality, when you do the deployment, you will have to upload the substitution definition into a database. You can simply go to Metalink and search on JPX importer. I will show you the JPX concept. Okay, so I'll show that to you in a minute. But you can do JPX importer. So this is my page. If I click on about this page now, oh sorry, I'm in the wrong page, sorry. I have to run the detail page, right? So I have to go to the query page. Okay, so I will search on an employee. I drill down, and now I do about this page into business components, and now I can see my custom view object has kicked in. Okay, so now what is the next step? I can do a personalization now. Okay, I can do a personalization and add a new item. Okay, I can do a personalization and add a new item. I can do complete view here, that is the best option, and I will add a new item inside this main region. I'll call this message style text, let's say. Okay, XX my title by extension, anything you can put in. Prompt is going to be title, and then I specify the view object attribute. What is the view object attribute? View object attribute is the, and what is it name? I need to get the exact name of that title attribute. XX underscore title. Okay, it's all like this. Okay, that's fine. XX underscore title. View object instance is going to be my standard view object instance. This is a very common mistake. To put the custom view object, you have to put a standard view object name, because the standard is already substituted now. Okay, the standard is already substituted. Now if I return to application, I can see the title appearing. You can put that as well. But no, you should put the standard view object name there always. Okay, one thing, cd $jdev underscore user underscore home. Cd my projects ls. So if I see vi view class project dot jpx, okay, can you see this jpx file? This is where the substitution information is stored in the database, in the file system. So you can see this last thing here, last line in the jpx. Okay, this needs to be loaded to the database using a script called JPX importer. You can Google on this, plenty of examples of this, or you can do a Metalink search, JPX importer. Yeah, you're using that already. Excellent. So that's how the view object substitution is done. Yeah, exactly. XML importer for page. Yes, correct. Yeah, 100%. It's right. You fine? Not for the extension control. Controller extension, no. Controller extension is personalization. Personalization export, personalization import. Any question? No questions. Now, very quickly, view object and application module extensions exactly the same. No difference. Why no difference? Because if I go to the project property here, I will create a new application module, extend it from the standard one, and put my custom logic there. And then when I come to business component substitution, I will not just see the view object, I will also see the application module here. So I'll select the application module from here and the custom application module from here and add substitution. Same for entity object, no difference at all. Right? Yes. Yes, 100%. Exactly. Exactly right. And this gets stored as a personalization as well. When you run the JPX importer, even the substitution information gets loaded into the personalization tables, the JDR tables, which means when you disable the personalizations using disable self-service personalizations, even your BC, everything is disabled. There are some bugs, they don't always get disabled. There are some bugs, but in theory they get disabled. Okay, good. This is done.